Can't buy me love, love, can't buy me love. I'll buy you
Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Tony Powers, he is on the air with Kevin Price. Tony Powers, he's awesome. He's with italkus.com. He is also out there in Georgia and the Carolinas teaching people about liberty one day at a time. How are you, sir?
Doing great, Kevin. How are you today?
Doing fine, thank you. How are things going with you and your audience out there?
Well, we're doing great except for Obama trade. I'm a little upset about that, and we've been trying to fight that and had our congressman on from the area during this past week. And unfortunately, it looks like most of them have been co-opted, and they're going to go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me a little bit about, first of all, the idea of Obama trade. I'm all over trading Obama. It depends on what we're getting.
Yeah. Maybe we could trade him for a deserter. I don't know.
Now you're talking. Yeah. Boy, that sure turned out nicely, didn't it? Guys getting killed left and right. Great Americans getting killed left and right in order to save that dude. And now, he faces an interesting future, that person.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bergdahl, they're holding up his final, whatever they're going to do with him until late September. And I don't know why they're doing that, but obviously they have their reasons. They like to push this stuff off until, I guess, the end of summer, and they think people aren't watching, back to school and that sort of thing. They love to do these kind of things when people aren't watching and paying attention, just like the Friday afternoon document dumps. It's always about keeping the people stupid.
Yeah. I kind of think, I'm developing conspiracy theories with my old age. It's kind of interesting. But I always kind of try to stay away from them because they don't convince people of anything except that you might be a little nutty. But, I'm beginning to think that the Democrats don't want to win because the later they do stuff like this, the more it's going to harm Hillary Clinton.
Well, on Obama trade, you mean like the Bergdahl thing?
Yeah, the more they wait to put out bad information that reflects poorly on the Democrats, the more it's going to hurt the Democrats, I think. I mean, that's kind of how meanwhile, I'm with you. Get it over with while people are on vacation, while they're tanning, while they're whatever. We already knew he was a sleaze job just by even the mainstream media coverage of him was less than favorable.
Oh, yeah, well, now it's just Katie bar the door with Obama. He is going to do everything he can do to drive us towards that socialism utopia that he dreams about, the total transformation of America. We got people transforming from men to women and from white to black now, but now he wants to transform the whole country into socialism. And it's just insane what is happening in Washington, D.C. It's insane what's happening all across the country. And people are just not paying attention. And unfortunately, we're going to wake up one day and realize that we should have been.
Yeah, you and I like to call Obama the distractor in chief, but let's face it, the Americans do a great job on their own. They don't need a whole lot of help.
Well, I'll tell you, with this Obama trade thing has really got me fired up today. I don't know, you may be all for TPP and TPA. I'm a free trader myself, but I am just concerned that they are giving this much power to this president. It just makes no sense when you've got a president who has just thwarted the Constitution at every single chance he gets. And of course, Congress does nothing to stop him. And now they're going to give him even more power in order to get through a trade agreement that is not going to be in America's favor because Obama has already said it's going to be the most progressive trade deal in the history of the United States. So why would we want a progressive trader or a guy who believes in progressive policies to be doing trade? He is not a free trader. He doesn't believe in it, and yet we're going to let him negotiate it and then bring it back to Congress, and all they get is an up and down vote. They can't put any amendments on it or anything. And a 51 majority is all he needs, and he'll surely get that with the Democrats and of course, the Rhino Republicans that'll go along with it.
Yeah, I don't know. The Democrats are giving all the push so far.
Oh yeah, well the Democrats are fighting back. They're shooting. They don't like these trade deals, of course, and They look at NAFTA and they think that was a real bad deal for America, and in a lot of ways it was. But and that's why they want this TAA to be included in there. But that should kind of give it away when they're saying, okay, we need protections for workers who are going to lose their jobs because of this trade deal. If that has to be in the trade deal, how can you say this is going to be a great jobs creator?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm a big free trade fan. I'm just not a Barack Obama fan. And I just worry about the fact that I don't trust him with anything. So why would you give him carte blanche authority over anything this important? I don't get it. To me, when I heard Ted Cruz say, it's kind of like how back in the 1980s, remember how Republicans were moths, kind of like moths around nuclear energy? There's a light, let's flow towards it. No matter how ridiculous it was, no matter how much it didn't make sense, they're kind of the same way about trade. And, nothing is good, everything is only as good as the person who's driving it. And if it's Barack Obama in the driver's seat, I want as much restraint and control as humanly possible.
Oh, yeah, me too. And that's really it, because I am a free trader myself. I think that the more free trade, the better. The economic activity is good. We need to get rid of tariffs. We need to lower down barriers from our products going into other countries and vice versa. It should be, I think we should be free trading with everybody. But as long as it's fair trade, and you don't put a whole lot of conditions on it, and that's what Obama wants to do with this. And once he gets his trade authority, there's a little thing called the LAA that a lot of people don't understand that's part of TPP, and that makes it a living agreement after it's passed. So once Congress agrees to whatever deal Obama puts together and sends to them, the very next day he can change it. He can add China to the deal if he wants to. He can say, okay, we've got some environmental problems here. We need to address those. So we'll add a little environmental regulation to the deal. Or we need some foreign workers to come in to do this, and so we'll add a little immigration to the deal. It's just all he'll have to do is just tack trade onto any regulation he wants to push through in the next year and a half, and he'll be able to do it.
Yeah, no question about it. When we come back, much, much more of my good friend Tony Powers. You can learn more about him at italkus.com. If you're not listening to his show, shame on you. More for you right after this on The Price of Business.